Hello and welcome back to Trails in the Sky, Legend of Heroes, backwards saying things. Hello! Joshua, still, you made it. It's been quite a while. Dean Collins, you were invited to the banquet as well, sir. I just arrived today via the airship from Ruin. Oh, may all birdie told me that you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Thank you. I had no idea you were, we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly, and a man of great respect in the Barrow. It's only fitting that he be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You're flattered me, man. Oh, what's the Royal Assembly? It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of the state. Wow, sounds big, and very much a way that you could manipulate the situation if Colonel Richards takes over that meeting. So all of those guys have been invited here tonight, too. No, I'd only say about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business. Mayor Dalmore of Ruin was arrested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell, he is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk of the Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, I can use this chance to see where Duke Dunan stands in all these issues. We need his permission to have an audience of Their Majesty regardless. Yes, that is the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Well, I guess from saying Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I'd like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story. Princess Claudia is the Queen's granddaughter, right? Does she live here in the castle? No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she's coming to the capital as of a few days ago. Oh, I wonder who the fuck it might be. She's here then, huh? I'd really love to meet her. I'm sure you'll have the chance. Oh, he knows. I bet he knows. He knows exactly what's going on. She's a student there after all. What are the people in the intelligence division up to? Oh, you work here, right? Taking important documents without official permission. Oh, are they probably hiding stuff? Just in case we show up and start looking through them. Haha! I bet that's it. I bet that's what they're doing with it. Ooh, an empty room. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Ooh, hey! Been a while. Mayor Maybell! And Leela! Estelle, Joshua! Yeah. Here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait. You were waiting for us? How do you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Claus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won a championship, and were invited to the grand royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have canceled my appointments and come to cheer you on. I'm begging your pardon, ma'am, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm quite aware. I'm trying to be polite, so shut up. Don't worry, I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at the banquet. What with everything else going on? What is Duke doing and thinking? Captain was so stubborn about inviting me to. I had no real choice but to accept. Okay, so they're definitely going to try to manipulate everyone. Do you mean Captain Amathea? Yeah, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye when she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean you haven't heard any word from Hacken Gate? The General is unavailable as long as messages I've been able to bring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't be pull himself away. Oh yeah, that's it. What do you think about all this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this. Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels much like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting his this position of royal proxy go to his head. Yeah, that sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to post haste. That's a shame. I wish Oliver could be. There's obvious reason he probably can't be here. People would start recognizing, wouldn't they? He's old enough, right? That he should be made his. I suppose it's typically more when a girl makes her. People would know him. I think people would have seen him before, at least more to an extent that everyone else has. Oh, Joshua, Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayor class individuals on the guest list, I had a feeling you might also be in attendance. Yeah, I must say, I never expected you two to win the tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Grand Castle. Yes, you get to the bone you are. It took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people help along the way. So it's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Right after you left for the capital, Captain Almatheg from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Lyson Fortress. Professor Russell and the company are still on the run, too. Army hasn't found him yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance we have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Almatheg if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but to no luck. I was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't. But don't you worry, because we totally got that covered. We will get the professor's message to Her Majesty, one way or another. Well, some reason I have a feeling she already knows, and it's probably going to do no good for us to actually give her any message. I just have this feeling that that's how it's going to be. Oh, this is a place to talk. Please come right in. Why do we have a register in the Royal Cafe? I don't even know if it's a Royal Cafe, but still. For drinks, you have anything you can think of, be it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. I see a register there. Whatever. Ooh, okay. Going outside now? Ooh. Oh, this is the terrace. That's pretty nice. It's very odd to have all this grass about on the top of a building like this. Oh, wow. Check that out. It must be the castle's garden terrace. I'd say so. You came here, you can see the whole lake from here, and overlooks the town, too. It must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We've got a job to do. We do indeed. That means we can't go in the royal thingamabob, but we could knock on the door, yeah? Headmaid comes, we just like, hey, here's a letter. Thank you. Please take it. And oh god, there's a lot. I have a feeling we're gonna be going through this like battling later. There's no way. This place is too fucking too big. This must be the royal keep. And the intelligence division. Who are you? Hey, you two. Hey, long time no see. We're here as guests of the Duke. This is where Her Majesty lives, right? Of course it is. For the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. Oh, you've got it all wrong. We weren't thinking of that. We just thought it'd be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey. Princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. Might inquire into what's going on here. Headmaid, yes. Madam, we didn't know you were back already. Middle-aged, yeah, it's almost definitely. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I will be returning to the maid quarters. Who are our guests? From the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of the Bracer social standing would ever be invited here. A Bracer social standing, you say? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle? No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope that you have not forgotten that. Understood. She's intense. I wonder who she is. But, madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons the Colonel laid out. We didn't say we wanted to pass. Why? What? Yes, I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I'm terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security's been hiding in such a royal keep and its surroundings are off limit. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Alright. That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize if we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Stick my tongue out of you. Safe return to you. Assholes. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I'm the head maid of Grand Castle and I oversee all the housekeeping duties. Ha 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 ha! We had a feeling. forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. Handed Julie's letter to Hilda. I know this handwriting. You see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us. I see. Please come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty. Correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There's just too many particulars we don't know, and we really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Dunan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so you can come back after the dinner party. Oh, are you gonna like dress her up and like make the queen look like she's like part of the hired staff and get her to walk out like that? Awesome! Understood, we'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. For now, probably best if you wait in your room. Oh, we could do that. I could also go talk to the other people I might have missed earlier. Hey, buddy, this is the Intelligence Division's office. Authorized personnel only. Keep your distance unless you keep keen on getting arrested. Fuck you, man. Why are you such assholes? Just act like a fucking, like, decent not ass. So few people can't possibly finish all this at work. All the other officials were sent away on vacation by the Duke and forcibly removed from the castle. Why? This is the administrative office. This is where most of the actual ruling of the barrel takes place. With Her Majesty ill, we're taking orders from... the Duke. I mean, I get the idea of getting people out of here for the sake of having less people to potentially question you when things might get dicey. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well just... I suppose they might have kept the most essential people around. That might make sense. The head chef is a real pro specializing in imperial cuisine, of course. Over 1,000 dishes of it, in fact. He's simply amazing. I wonder how many of those dishes show up in the Cold Steel games. The main course is complete. Once dinner is ready, we'll make sure everyone knows. And until then, your patience is greatly appreciated. Okay. Have fun with... Oh my. This also looks like a place we'll run through fighting. Oh, big door. The entrance is firmly sealed. Oh, I can feel what might happen. Just coming. Oh, this is restricted areas. Suspicious individuals can and will be arrested on the spot, so watch yourselves. Okay. What's restricted about this one? You won't tell me? Okay, fine, whatever. May I help you? I'm sorry to be rude, but I'm very busy preparing for the... Oh yeah, I won't bother any of you anymore. That's probably all you're doing here. Okay. So that was down there. What about this? Oh, this is the maid room. It does not seem like there's all that many people here, is there? Oh, the throne room. Not off limits, right? Ooh, can we sit? I just want to sit in it. Hey guys, talk about being late. Party's about to start, you know. Sorry. We got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked about, to all the mayors. Aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. I see. I guess your work as bracer has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around, Virginia bracers. Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grand Cell? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right. For a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. With all them concentrated in Grand Cell, it must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Yeah, it could be. I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. Ooh, I wonder if that's actually part of it. They get a bunch of the great bracers to come to Grand Cell, and they start doing other things in the background in other regions because the bracers can't handle it. I wonder if that's happening. I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roline. Oh, that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Charizard, would you? Yeah, you know her. Did you hear about her from Oliver every time he went just like, oh, the drinking and the drinking? She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages. Ah, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago, when a case brought her to Calvert. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Her master, you mean Cassius, right? Yeah, probably dead. Please pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored of waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy? Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go, dig in. Come on, you two. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. Actually, what is, like, royal... Like... There's, like, dinner etiquette, right? Typically, especially in royalty and whatnot. In high society. Are we really gonna know them, any of us? Oh my. This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? I'm sure it's going to be brought out in a spectacular thingamabob. Plenty of knives and forks though. That's because this is a formal dinner. Everything comes out in specific order, starting at the hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. Well, that's all part of having good table manners. And here comes the anxiety attack. Deep breaths, deep breaths. It's really not so bad. It does mean you have to get some of the finest food available. Well, it's good that we know basically everyone here. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I don't think anyone's gonna fucking care. We all know you, right? I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who'll be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please don't encourage her. Encourage her, encourage her, encourage her. Oliver just jumped through a window. Yes, we shall do this. We shall be fancy in weird ways, yes. Oh, on that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and a fork? I'm told that folks from the east usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in when the barrel do's the Barrelians do policy. I'm not exactly skilled with them, but I use a knife and fork. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much of a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. You flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. I think he's more being polite than alert, though. Anyway, His Grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So, if the seats at the head of the tables up is for the Duke, who might that other one be for? It's supposed to be for Oliver, right? Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia? Your attention, ladies and gentlemen, my humblest apologies for the long delay. Everything seems to have a long delay in this. Presenting His Grace the Duke. Colonel Richard, maybe? Well then, I must apologize for making you wait, sir. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away, as in I was masturbating furiously, and I just could not stop until I finished. Colonel Richard was there to make sure I got done quicker, yes. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless effort in helping to deal with the dire situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth sutures I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you all. So, what if Oliver had showed up? Okay, whatever. Oh, you've got to be kidding. We're having dinner with him. I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Haha, excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Mabel? What do you think of Crescent Castle's master chef? Mrs. Green not on board that fountain Bosse's Antelo's restaurant. Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection is also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want him to try hiring him anyways. You are not the first to say such things. And what have you, Zina? Wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe that I could develop a real taste for the Berlin cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Isn't this supposed to be imperial cuisine? Whatever. And you, young graces? I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. We've never met before, correct? It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us. Don't say that out loud. Indeed, it is a genuine treat. It's certainly delicious food. And we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the ruin incident. Perhaps our fates are linked to in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir, maybe so. So he'd forgotten all about us until his butler reminded him. Come, let's put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Oh, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that? Okay, let's do this. Food is abundant, and wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use the celebration as a place to make an important announcement. An announcement? What might that be? I wonder. I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail. Thank you. As you are, no doubt, already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health as of late. However, she has been recovering and made graces with a public appearance soon. Ah, that is excellent news. Can we possibly go and check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Oh, she doesn't. Yeah, sure, she doesn't. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held, as originally planned. Oh, the citizens will surely be happy to hear the news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Let me guess, she's pronouncing the throne, and Duke Dunan's gonna get it, and Duke Dunan's gonna be the puppet for Colonel Richard. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne. Yeah. And turn over the royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan. What? Is that true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. Is that why he's been going all over the kingdom saying, I will be the future king? Even if he was next in the line to get it. Maybe this plan's been on the docket for a long time for him. And that's why he's been going all over the country just like, I am so amazing, I will be king. It's only natural, she has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war. All without a husband, might I add. Yeah. Okay. You're a nice guy. You're a good guy. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. Well, I guess we got a time limit. It's gonna turn into Persona. It's like, days until throne abdication 3. As heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. Oh, terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in my annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss it with supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credibility. No, I can't say the word. I'm not saying it. Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take his grace at his word? Oh, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass at some point. No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that, as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor of the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. Oh, is that how it normally works? That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear directly from Her Majesty. Your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Oh, is she going to be forced into it? Can you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well... This issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off the chaos of public disorder, before it happens. This is also the decision of His Grace. Yes, this is true. Definitely my decision. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions, and the other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us. We must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why this is necessary to show unified support for the new king. Oh, I wish Oliver was here. It would be so much more interesting with his take on it. This is the world in which we are going to be living. He makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's rather the master manipulator. He's just sort of taking his proposal and assuming it to be the case, and trying to push people in the direction of just assuming it as a matter of fact. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But he thought it would be best to inform us first so we could be prepared for any issues that might arise, right? Yes, I'm glad that we have an understanding. If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. There's not another who also has the same right to succession. Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. Don't worry, she wasn't sufficient puppet. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom on this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. That's definitely it. Yes, very much so. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it's strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year. Oh my. I understand. So is why Mueller basically said, Oliver, no, you can't go. You're gonna fucking embarrass yourself in front of them, and then when we have to go to the marriage thing, because I bet that's gonna be a thing, they're gonna all look at you like, oh god, it's him. If that happens, then we'll have 2 major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, but may I ask a question? Zen? I don't mind, speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't seem like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. I guess Libero's military and Bracers are on just as good of a terms as the stories say. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relationships with each other is a must. In any event, do you understand our intentions now? Alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. Should we let you in on what's happening? I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big of a deal for me, but I bet that was huge news for you guys. Of course it was. Can't believe things have gone this far already. Never mind. But really, what a shame. The food is so amazing and it practically melted in my mouth. I couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though. Understandable enough. But anyway, do you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air. You just played tourist a little while ago. Now you want to take an after-dinner walk. I actually don't get it. Must be a local thing. I think you're exaggerating a little bit. You haven't gone out to take in the sights. There is a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. Well, if the mood hits me, I may give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some food left over. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You're still hungry? I'm a big boy, and I'm growing still. If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something like that for a little bit. Oh, yeah, I think I saw that. Good luck with that. Things have gotten very serious. We really have to find a way to get in and see Her Majesty. First things first, we go talk to the head maid, Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen. Fine by me. I have a feeling we're going to, talk directly to the Queen right away. The girl's point's all very logical and rational. But the key point is whether it's actually her will or not, right? He's just treating it as a matter of fact. But I believe it's best to get the particulars from Her Majesty and Her Highness, the Princess directly. Yeah, I wonder who the Princess is. I'm not gonna say it's obvious, but it is obvious. I can't believe the Queen's so worried that she's considering abdication. And Princess Claudia choosing a husband at her age? Events are unfolding so quickly, I hardly have time to react. Yeah, we've sort of been getting the scoop on this in advance, so... What a shock that banquet has been. Duke Dunin as an official successor to the throne. If anything could bring on a migraine, that's it. Oh, indeed. Seems like it was a banquet to remember. Not my mistress is yet another worry to wrinkle her brow. True. Then again, in terms of, affairs of state. Oh, it's you? Affairs of state is Colonel Richard probably wouldn't do a bad job of running everything. What? Colonel Richard. Come to intercept us? Haha. Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. The last time we saw each other was right after Mayo Dalmore was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us. I realize we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity is piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you are the children of Colonel Cassius. How did you find that out? Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to try to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh? Oh crap, no, he's specifically trying to cut us off. Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace? I don't mind being a bit late. Ah, yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? No, go to your meeting, we can talk afterwards. I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails. I'll prepare them, sir. No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed. Yes, sir. Pardon me, then. Are you not smart enough to figure out what he's doing? Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me. Joshua, what should we do? He doesn't give us a chance to actually respond and give an answer. That's how he's manipulating people. I don't see where we have much of a choice but to follow him. He does control the flow of the conversation very well. We'll be a little late. I can see how his interview might be, it seemed like propaganda in a way, how he manipulated Niall. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the head maid later. Oh, I hope we can. I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. And since that time, I found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally. Ha, he did. And what do you think of him at that time? To put it simply, he was a hero. And a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics. He understood and could direct high-level strategies as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer. If I didn't know better, I'd say we're talking about two different people. So you were with our father during the 100 Days War? Yes, he was my CEO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me when as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. Anytime I get to talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you: if Cassius Pride had not been part of the Royal Army, the Baron would now be part of the Erebonian Empire. No way, that's kind of hard to believe. Well, as a hero, he has a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. So few know of his achievements. Aside from the army, many soldiers hold him up as the prime example of what a hero should be. Never said one word about any of this to me. Well, that's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that. Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all of this or something? Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. But the rest I knew about, though. Vaguely. Vaguely? So you're an accomplice? Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it. I just, figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel like it was something worth getting out of his way to tell others about. I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble. Hi. Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt. No, seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover. Colonel Richard. Now then, I thank you for your time taking your time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. Oh, alright. I apologize for making you so late. Not at all. You both have told me the one thing I wanted to know most. Unless I have no regrets. What one thing did he want to know most? How's that again? I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share in the stories. Evil Eye. Okay, who was that man? What has he done with Colonel Richard? What are you babbling about now? It's just weird to hear him talking about Dad that way. Well, he is a human being, right? I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice. He is a human being, even if he's evil people. The thing about the real world is that there isn't typically a thing as evil people. Just people with different priorities, perspectives, and whatnot. Perception of what's good and bad about different decisions. True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyways. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside. Yeah, I guess you're right. And I hate to say it, but I think he might have been playing nice, just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is easy as it could be. Don't you think that's going a little too far? You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think is right. Huh? Just make sure that you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say a bracer job is pretty much that, in fact. Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind. Like you, Estelle. Thank you. What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us by now. Yes, she should be in the maid quarters. True. I still think he's trying to distract us, but if we do get to speak to her anyways, then maybe that's for the best. Wait. I know where I need to go. Here we are. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. I kinda get caught up by Colonel Richard. Just you know. He had some things to tell us about our dad. I didn't think he has any idea what we're up to, though. I see. For some reason I sincerely doubt that. They're probably keeping very close eyes on us. Ah, yes, the letter of introduction did mention that you are Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels then. Oh, so you, did you know our dad too? He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Prince's, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince. Ooh, interesting. Princess Claudia's father. Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. You know, all these like schoolmate things really makes me feel as though this is like Cold Steel, if it was farther in the future for Cold Steel. Because you have all these influential people going to the same school, and then you have these events play out, and then you get to the current situation, and then basically you take the children of like whoever ended up having children, and then you just follow their adventures, like Green's children or something, and you follow their adventures or something like that. It almost feels like that, in a weird way. He died in tragic shipwreck. Would it be that he was still alive today? None of this would be happening. But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come on in, Shea. Oh, hey, aren't you? Shea, right? Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle, Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. We won't find a more dependable child. She's been a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia? That shouldn't pose a problem. Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? Estelle's going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with her hair and you'll blend right in. Oh, I get it. Uniforms don't allow for much in the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in. Me in a maid's outfit. I bet there's fan art of this somewhere, if not official. I've been waiting to try one on since we first met Leela. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms weren't easy to move in, they'd make cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get the sucker on then. Why so excited? Shouldn't that be me? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember that you're managed in front of the queen. You won't have me to lean on this time. Why not? You're changing too, aren't you? Really? Well, he's done it before. Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during a play at the campus festival. Is it really that much of a difference between the fancy dress and a maid outfit? That's different. It was a play. I can't appear before Her Majesty in woman's clothes. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not anything to be. It's not at all shameful or anything. Besides, you make such a gorgeous princess. Not this again. Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, Shea, help me out here. Please say something. Huh? Anyone? I see. I shouldn't pose a problem. Shea, do you have an extra hairpiece design for the princess? Yes, it's never been used though. He has that full dark hair, so it'd probably look good on him. Hey, hold on a second. Well, it looks like a 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. Wait, please. You can use this as a changing room. Wait a minute. I don't remember ever agreeing to change. No! Oh, not again! Alright. If I had to change, I can do it my... Oh, Jay, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you? Kids these days. Cross-dressing just every day. Oh. And... Oh my. Ta-da! What do you think? I think it suits her very well. She should always be the help, apparently. Such a bright, active maid in training. And after only just coming to the castle too, you certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will be any the wiser. Perhaps you'd like to work at Grand Castle for real when this is all settled. Well, we already work as bracers, so, anyway. You didn't say no. Come on, Joshua, get out of here. No chance I can talk you out of this. None at all. You're just making this take longer. Fine. You're impossible sometimes. If these two ever get married, they're both gonna be wearing wedding dresses, aren't they? Well, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. But it make all the difference in the world. Please just say you're done. I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the road keep. You'll need to make certain you watch me and learn how to make handles and stuff. Yes, ma'am. We're finally going to meet the queen in person. Yep. This is the do or die moment. You just have to stay focused and get to the road keep. Oh, it's so hard to take you seriously in that outfit. Well, excuse me. This was your idea. I can't believe you got the nerve to pick on... Sorry. Don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay? I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food. Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they? We're out of time. Let's go to the road keep. Oh, and she's in the front. Oh, I guess it makes sense. I wonder if we go to our room if Zin would hit on Joshua. I wonder if Duke Doonan will hit on Joshua. Oh, that would be so funny. That would be hilarious. Hilda? What business do you have for Her Majesty at this hour? I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. Current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes after all. Such harsh words. Who are those maids with you? I don't recognize them. Her Grace ordered me to hire some additional staff to help. We only just arrived at the castle today. Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute. Thank you. Bows. Huh? Why do I get the feeling that we've met before? Crap. Do you stare so hard at every young lady you see? I do hope you're not thinking of any untoward thoughts. I rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove. Maybe not His Grace, but the Colonel probably would. Hey, it's not like that. No, we're the leader of our army. We wouldn't do that. All's well then. No, will you please allow us to pass? Pardon us, ladies. Please, go ahead. This is happening. They basically have the same model here, don't they? Just different hair color. That was intense. Thanks, Hilda. You're a real lifesaver. Yeah, that was really well done. I'm glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see your majesty? If you'd prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is. Boy clothes. Now. Oh, well, come on. Oh, for the love, why are you always so self-conscious? What was wrong with what you had on? It's not an issue of self-consciousness. By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is? Yes, it is Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused. No kidding. But I heard that the princess was sending to the queen. I guess that's just gossip then. You have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. The room is on the second floor of the royal keep. I'll take you there. Oh, and we're back to being in normal clothes. Oh, fine. If you say so, game. Second floor. Oh, this is big itself. Unnecessarily big. So motherfucking unnecessarily big. I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I brought the two I spoke of before, and this is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on in. Right. Pardon us. Oh. I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Osles. I am the 26th monarch of the nation of the Barrel. Thank you for the very formal introduction. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild. And I'm Joshua Bryce. I'm Joshua Bright of the same affiliation. It is a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty. Estelle and Joshua. I have truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer you proper hospitality, but I have prepared some tea. Please, have some and relax. I see, so Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black ordnance capable of negating all other orbital energies. I did forget about that aspect of it. And you say that the Colonel has acquired it. Well, the Professor told us you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea, but I did not think that the Colonel could ever know of it. But I am worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, but what's this vague idea you have? I suppose there's no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Grand Cell. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers? No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still function. Wow. So, it was a bona fide artifact then. Most artifacts I know have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and again, you find one that still functions, like Mayor Dalmore's family heirloom. And something like that is beneath Grand Cell. So, what does that tell us about the gas bill? Can we just go back to calling it the Black Orbit? I like that name better. Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's function. Could it do that? Yes. However, we are unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or why it was buried beneath the city. But it is beyond my imaginings how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research was on it kept strictly confidential and off the records. I see. In any event, it seems likely that there's trouble on the way. Honestly, just as I start to think that maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we're giving him credit for. But when someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when his bracers come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme's trying to pull off. I'd expect no less from Cassius's daughter. So you're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty? He was a friend of my late son's and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests for me. Really? I didn't know that. I imagine there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume you have not been told. Well, nothing super detailed at least. Perhaps then, that is the role I meant to play. Oh, okay. So, Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh, yeah, absolutely. It is not indulgence, Your Majesty. Okay. 10 years ago in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Arbonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that is something I must admit. Okay. The Empire used that event as a pretext for the invasion of the Barrow. Something, okay. So began the sad times that would become to be known as the 100 Days War. Just as the Empire made its declaration, a massive military force breached Haken Gate. What seemed like scant moments, all over the Barrow became occupied territory, save for Grand Cell. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. The reinforcements from Calvert were too late to stop their advance. But it was a matter of time before Grand Cell too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been developed and were used to recapture the Barrow's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one using ships launched from Leicester Fortress. Zeiss, Ruin, Bosse, Relent. With the supply line severed, the Erbonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. And the one behind this plan for a counter-offensive was none other than Colonel Cassius Bright. And then we have Colonel Richard and Morgan there. It was your father, who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterwards, the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in all the world. And your mother, Estelle. The clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I'm sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. Oh, I had no idea. And he believed that the military operation that he himself had planned had effectively caused her death. Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. And to stay with the only one he had left. You. And this time he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. And that idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. How could he even think that? Still. Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost in the service of his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so... I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I've wished to apologize to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologize. You've protected the peace of the country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended the Barrow in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mon gave her life for so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Estelle, you have a kind heart, and I am grateful. It gladdens me to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever. Your Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish to put yourself in danger. I would like for you to remove yourself from any dealings in this matter. What? But Julie, I mean, Lieutenant Swartz asked us to help you. I thank you. I am grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall in Cassius' absence, I would know of no apology that could ever suffice. I only ask that you go back to your home in Relent and wait for your father to return. What? If I may, Your Majesty. A peace that Dad restored, and that you protect. Though it has held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua? The Colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new King of the Barrow, then what will become of that peace? I only ask that you consider that. Your Majesty, right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Bandit incident, we got that letter and package and we've been running around all around creation ever since. It feels to us like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace, so that everyone we've met and everyone we cared about, we can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you and just like Mom and Dad, I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right. I really want to see it through. So, it seems she was right about you. I, too, am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty! My liege, we will do whatever you ask. My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Oh, so the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her successor to the throne. In other words, Duke Dunan was out of the running. Yes, although he's my nephew, he is possessed by a considerable number of character flaws. In brief, where he's lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her. Don't we, though? Don't we? But I personally lean towards the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter the era, there'll always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention the memory of the invasion, biological power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. I can imagine that in this era. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. Is that really his motivation? Just that he thinks people will invade if... Oh my. Oh, he's right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him unawares. That's along with the passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to the coup. It was on stage that the Bell would become a strong military power, with the Colonel ruling from the shadows. I see. That finally lets us see the whole picture. So if the Barrow became a militarized country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Orbital weaponry would be developed to express, with the express intent of causing a havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted, probably, and no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Oh no. Indeed, the Colonel has made a very adamant request that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for the country, but I never agreed to that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with the other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free culture exchange and trade with all of the nations, to the benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic. Oh, I mean, it's... I'm not going to talk about it again. It's so obvious. People have their opinions on it, and I have my opinion on it, and nothing's really changed my mind. And so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure they would not dare to oppose the Colonel. But I am the Queen. I will not allow that all I love about my country to be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, we will do all we can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. Yay, I'm back in the dress. Wow, what a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old. Cool. Did you actually just call the Queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her. Yeah, it's definitely outside the Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first. We can do what we can do. Right. But you know, I'm still freaking about what the Queen told us about Dad. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she's willing to share. Stella and Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh, yeah. And we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Wow, is it really that late? The Queen spoke with us for a long time. And we came here to give her tea and spoons, right? If we stay any longer, it would be apt to make the guards suspicious. Oh, I think they'd already be suspicious at this point. What was it? Tea and spoons, right? Okay. Okay. And... okay. Hey, look how suspicious we are. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair, but please relax. We are patriots to the core. That's good to hear. And I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave. By the way, ladies. I don't think we ever got your name. Maybe we ask them. I'm, Oh, which one did she... Does it matter? Shara might be known. Dorothy might be known. You think they'd know Estelle's background enough to realize this? My, isn't that a lovely name? It has a pleasant ring to it. Thank you very much. And how about you, miss? You may call me Kieran. Kieran, you say? That's a very pretty name. You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself. No. Are you now? Alright. Or with the special ops. My name is... I think that's just about enough. Oh, we're really getting hit on. I sent an ulterior motive at work. No, I mean, at least not from us. Please be safe on your way home. Karen, eh? I'm guessing that's probably someone from his past, too. Yeah? Well, aren't you Mr. Popularity? It was like their eyes had all changed when you told them your name. Hey, I was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining in the conversation. Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. I kind of lost all my confidence there. Eh? What's all this noise about? I'm guessing I know. If someone's hicking and drunken, it's about one character. Oh, Duke Doonan. Shall I double call? Hi, you maids. You don't look familiar. These are two of the new hires who I'm instructing. This is Lena and that's Ken. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. You recognize us. Did he recognize us? Not good. Even how many times we've run into him, it'd be bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip, enough of the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you, stiff upper lip and all. Please pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I am dreadfully sorry for the discourtesy. Oh no, it's no bother. Please don't concern yourself. You know, now that I stop and look, I must say you both are quite lovely. You with the brown hair. Oh, you have a very healthy, clean look to you. As for you, I think you look best with that raven of hair of yours even longer. I am honored. Yes. Was it not? You shall attend to me this evening. Huh? Your Grace. Oh, I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants to be served. Your Grace, your felicitations while flattering. I'd best save another time and place. All the maids in the castle work directly in service of Her Majesty Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten. I know. Some folks got to appreciate the joke. Yeah, it was a joke. Definitely a joke, definitely. The castle will be mine in a week's time anyways. You can set aside some time for fun then. Oh, Christ, please, no more of this. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this, knowing full well that I may reprimand it for it. But I said I was just joking. But you took bed. Enough, I'm going to bed. As you wish, your Grace. Your room is right over there. Oh, alright, Selena. You just let me know if you have any problems, anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give. Thank you very much. It's you cute. Yes, good. Falls over on his face. Oh, that is the very kingly way to fall, isn't it? I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please set your mind at ease. I would certainly hope so. I'm truly sorry. Madam and young Mrs. I beg your pardon, I must take my leave. Oh, God. It happened. Oh, they knew everyone would want it, so it happened. Yes. I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Well, not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? That Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you. Oh, please. I like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Alright, back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? You see, oh, no. Estelle, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. He wanted to stick his beep in your beep. Fuck. Now do you understand? Yes. Hopeless. Completely hopeless. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we would have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. Only ask that you complete your the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg if you do everything in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you one of her royal retainers? Yes, I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly, though. She's so kind and open. She always treats me more like a friend than a servant. I thought of her being captive, keeping me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? Is there any chance you were one of the people at the school? I'm really confident that she is the princess. I'm like 99% sure of that. If it's not the case, then I'd be super surprised, but... Oh, what might inquire are you doing at this late of an hour? Going to... We just went to the bathroom, don't worry. Ah, Captain Almathea. Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't think it's a bit late for you kids to be out walking around. Please pardon us. We've simply never been in castle like this, and we can't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So, where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my edification. Off guard. That's out of the... That's not an option. That's possible. Kitchen. Kitchen might make sense. Administrative room could have been there. Probably had people who could attest to it. Kitchen could probably have people who can attest to it. Maid. They'd probably attest to me, us being there, yeah. A cellar didn't seem to have anyone there. What was that? And what do you think you were doing down there? We weren't doing anything particular. Come now, let's not waste time on games. I've received numerous reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters several times. Oh, okay. They were keeping an eye on us. Do you not think that, a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? What? Oh, you don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel? I'll take that as a compliment. So it was either someplace that no one could vouch for us or the truth where someone could vouch for us. So what business did you have in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly. Well, Oh, Estelle Joshua. You've been here the whole time. Zin? Don't tell me... Oh, now that is the stuff. You're drunk. Oh, sorry. And hey, it ain't my very gorgeous officer lady. Nice. Something like that we met up again, eh? I suppose. So, what's going on? All my students gotten into trouble. Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. I merely wanted to know their business, simply as a security precaution. I totally get ya. I just sent them off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey, Joshua, you kids find anything to eat? Ah, no, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there is, any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck. Ah, oh, well, I guess I'll have to do that, I guess. Oh, I just had a great idea. You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes. A drink's like a beautiful lady. I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll decline your generous offer. I apologize for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate suspicious activity, you understand? Of course. It is late, so we probably just should just get to bed. Very good, then. Now, if you excuse us. Stab her in the back. Aww, denied. Oh well, might as well just get back to the room. Right, we'll go with you then. That's a pretty convincing, yep, drunken performance. Looks like we managed to convince her at least. What? Zen, aren't you drunk? I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop. No way, your face even gone all red. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right? This is the fundamentals of martial arts in the East, right? To make yourself look drunk. Well, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved you big, and as the saying goes. You are an evil, evil man, Zin. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me. Sorry about that. So what's the story? What story? I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the queen. Ooh. Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Elnan tell you something about this? Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I? It's one of those. Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know? I guess it's finally time to show you this. Zin produced a letter from his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua. What's this? I know this handwriting. Oh, don't just stand there, read it. I'll explain a lot. Okay. Dear Zin Vathek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you pardon my bluntness. My work considering the Jaegers leading me to Imperial territory. Oh, Cassius? However, due to the fact that the unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside the barrow, I feel uneasy about being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Can I persuade you to come to the barrow and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been to the barrow before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There is a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate. That would make fine camouflage. I realize this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to the barrow before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Guess it's bright. But yes, you may have a chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Oh, he did say that almost directly before, didn't he? Try not to bail them out too much, unless it seems like they really need it. So, Dad actually asked you to come to the barrel, which means he's an Erebonian now. That's the long and short of it. At least he was an Erebonian. He was saying Jaeger stuff. Didn't they say he already finished his Jaeger stuff? What it means is that you were in cahoots with him all along. It's kind of an acid way to put it, don't you think? My old Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvert. The letter he's gave me was just a chance to make us square again. I suppose. When did you realize we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset, once I saw Estelle's technique with the bow staff. I asked you the gal about it, and I confirmed it. It would have been nice if you said something about it at all. We've been worried sick, wondering where Dad's been. I know, I'm sorry I haven't said anything. But I get the impression from the letter that he's trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright? If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience of the Queen. I suppose so. He knows this much, it wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right? I agree, it's probably best to fill Zin on and everything. It's a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to the whole situation on our own after all. Explained, I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request. You will? Yep, thank you for this as the ideal opportunity to sell my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help. We'd be glad to. Thank you once again. Ooh. What is this place, as I was about to ask? I never would have imagined that something like this even existed. Hello, probably final dungeon, right? Yeah, this looks like it's probably the final dungeon. Yeah, I even see the thing over there. It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. Ooh. The hell? Whoa. Is this some kind of mechanical monster? Is it archaisms? Oh well, so these must be archaisms. Holy motherfucking shit. Took out that thing in one stroke. You were the quickest to react. You indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well as was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you've studied under the divine blade himself. I am humbled. I still have a ways to go before I can really be humbling anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave men, the way to ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved barrel. I expect only the best for each of you. By your order, sir. We, the Special Ops, will work as one for the Colonel. For the glory of the barrel! For the glory of the barrel! That's a good sign. No. I understand the situation. You both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the Professor's message to Your Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? We really are going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, there's no more I need to tell of any of you. I'll tell you. In any case, we consider Professor Rosa's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this compensation for a job well done. Woo, I'm already first class. Now then, Zin. I was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-rank bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. If I didn't have any debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand idly by in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end. I knew we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks, ranging from G on the bottom to A at the top, so he's the highest rank you can get. Huh, I never knew you were such a badass, Zin. Well, I may be A-rank, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A-rankers across the continent. But above that, there's an informal S-rank for Cassius, I'm sure. Woo, Cassius is so cool. The one that's granted to the bracers who successfully resolve incidents on the national scale. And there are only 4 of those in the entire continent. Oh, I'm not even sure I want to think about what they can do. Oh, you really know any of this stuff, do you? All this for is Master Cassius. Fuck him! God damn it! Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you already knew about this, right? Sorry, but yes, I did. You solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear it's hardly worth even getting upset anymore. Royal Army soldier, hidden hero, divine light, just rank bracer. If he's really so goddamn awesome, then it should be nice if he came back to take care of this case. You may be right. If he were here with us, perhaps this would never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat would even be possible. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. The whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least that's just the impression I have. Oh. So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire. Am I correct? I'm not sure that would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being used. They'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. So what, Colonel Richard? Well, yeah. I never knew what he's up to, even though he's so close. I don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More importantly, it's just that 2 major events happen to overlap with each other. Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of Grand Cell Branch and the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? Other than all other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, we must act, but we are no match for the Royal Army. I asked them for the cooperation of all the Bracers in Grand Cell, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the intelligence division, we'll need all the help we can. Ideally, we should have a cooperation of other branches, but the checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today. Ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically it amounts to martial law. Until the enemy is finally moving at full tilt. This may be quite a stifle to, maybe to stifle any activity on part of the Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we have to do it with the resources on hand. Oh, fun. But we're up to it. But, so, do we have some idea of where the prisoners are being held? It's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place is the Abbey Royal Villa. Yeah, it's a lot like fucking Cold Steel. Interesting. That's the building in the forest, right? That would make sense. But the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counterterrorism, if you would question it. And I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Lyston Fortress. Considering that is the army we're going to be against here, it's like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assaulted the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the royal city. If I asked of you to assemble them here for me, any information you could gather in doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Yao? Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So, off to the cathedral then. There are 4 other bracers in the city. Kurt, Grant, Karna, and Annalise. Check the bars in the usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright then, off we go. Okay, that's where I'm going to end it today. Yeah. It's weird. There are like weird parallels with the Cold Steel events. And, I mean, oh god, Cassius, you're so amazing! Oh, I bet he wears that. I bet he has that mustache specifically to hold him back, because if he didn't have that mustache, he'd just be too awesome for words, basically. That's why he grows the mustache. That's why it happens. We can all agree on that, right? Okay, that's everything for today. I'll see you next time. Drive safely, everyone.